Hey guys, this is Jason from Edulogics where we teach you logic behind things. Welcome back to my channel and I'm today back with a DIY video for all of you explaining the step-by-step procedure for your whole APRA registration. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing and hit that bell icon so that you are notified whenever I put any new video. Also, I try to put at least 2 videos for our nursing community every week, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this journey. So let's get started. So let me quickly give you a bird's eye view of the whole procedure, but don't worry, I'll explain you each of the steps in the later part of the video. So these are the 8 steps that you have to follow to pursue your Australian nursing registration journey, starting with something called a self-check. Now self-check is nothing but a simple assessment form that you have to fill in the APRA's website, and once you do that you have to move to the next stage, which is payment of $640. Once you have done it with your payment, you will be moving to the next stage, which is called the orientation. Now in orientation is nothing but a 1 hour online video that you have to sit and watch, which is basically about the role of nurses in the Australian healthcare industry. After completing your orientation part 1, you will be moving to the next stage, which is very important, portfolio. Now in portfolio, you will be required to submit all your documents, your nursing educational qualifications, etc. After submitting your portfolio, once APRA has assessed all your documents, they will be giving a go ahead to write the NCLEX exam, which is the first exam that you have to appear. After passing the NCLEX, you will be moving to the second exam, OSCE, Objective Structured Clinical Examination, which is conducted in Adelaide, Australia.
Okay, so here is the self-check page on APRA's website. I'll put the link of this web page in the description box below so that it is readily available for you. When you come to this page, basically you'll get a lot of information about what is self-check and how it divides the internationally qualified nurses into 3 streams. Now, if you see here, it basically explains you that there are 3 streams, stream A, stream B and stream C. And if you read about each streams, so stream A are IQNMs who hold a qualification considered to be substantially equivalent or based on similar competencies to an approved qualification. So the stream A candidates are the ones who are qualified from countries like United Kingdom, US, and in fact on APRA's website there's a list of the countries whose qualifications are considered to be substantially equivalent. I'll put that link also in the description box below. Now the stream A candidates will not have to do the NCLEX and OSCE exam. They'll have to submit all their documents after their self-check, pay the fees, and then they submit all the documents in the portfolio stage, and then they can move to the straight away to registration. As I said, these candidates will not have to appear for the exams. Or the other situation which can also apply is some candidates may also be registered with the condition of supervised practice. So you can see here. So these are the 2 outcomes that they can receive. Now coming to stream B are those who hold a qualification that is relevant to the profession, but it is not considered to be substantially equivalent. So stream B candidates are generally from the countries like India, Nepal, Philippines, and these qualifications have to undergo the assessments. So NCLEX and OSCE are for these candidates basically. So they will go under the stream B, as I said. Now stream C candidates hold a qualification that is not equivalent or relevant to an approved qualification. So they can also be from the similar countries like stream B, and the qualifications that they have achieved are not considered to be substantially equivalent or relevant. So I'll try to show you, 1-1 situation or 1-1 scenario of stream A, stream B and stream C, so that it is useful for any overseas registered nurse who's trying to figure out whether her qualification is relevant for the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency's registration. Now, once you go through all this information on this page, definitely read through who should complete it, who should not complete it, and the tips will be very, very handy for you. And once you have gone through everything, you will see a button like here, ready to complete the self-check. When you click here, you will see commence self-check. Once you commence your self-check, it will take you to a new web page. Now here is again similar information, who should use it, who should not use it. Then click next. Read through the privacy policy of the APRA and understand that whatever information that you are giving should be, true, and you need to comply with their regulations and procedures. Read through the disclaimer. It basically tells you that what are the registration standards, and you understand the registration standards thoroughly. And once you go through all this, then click next. And your first question, which is basically which division of profession or are you seeking registration in. So based upon whether you are a registered nurse, you are seeking registration for midwife or an enrolled nurse, you'll have to select one. So for the sake of this video, let's try registered nurse and see how it goes. Click next. And do you hold a current registration as a registered nurse in New Zealand? So hypothetically, if you do not have, then click next. Have you previously held a general registration as a registered nurse in Australia? No. Next. Do you hold a current APRA referral letter for bridging program or a referral letter already to OBA? No. Now here let's put in a stream A candidate information so that we have a better understanding of it. So in the country, I'll just put Canada, and then the name of institution, University of Toronto. The title of qualification, let's put bachelor's, and the year you can. Now check my qualification. Now it says your qualification has been checked. Enough qualification information has been provided to progress with your IQNM process. So when you click next, it will bring you to this page, which is like a summary sheet. So go through all this information and click next. And now you're able to see that it takes you to the proceed button, which basically means you have to now create an account with APRA. And once you've created the account, you'll have to pay the $640 and complete your portfolio and orientation, and then move on towards your registration procedure. So remember, I told you in the beginning of this video that Stream A candidates may not have to write the NCLEX and OSCE exam, and either they can be registered straight away or they will be registered with some conditions of supervised practice. So once you click on the proceed button, it will take you to a new page and ask you to create a login. Okay, and then a login is nothing but a simple form which you'll have to input your first name, last name, date of birth, email address, and when you click next, you'll receive an email from APRA. Validate that email, and then you'll see how a IQNM dashboard looks like. I'll show you an IQNM dashboard once we have completed all the 3 streams, so you have a better understanding. So the scenario 2 which I'm going to show you is for the stream B candidate for registered nurse again. So let's select registered nurse. This time again, move on to our next question. Do you hold a current registration as a registered nurse in New Zealand? No. Move next. Have you held general registration as a registered nurse in Australia? No. Move next. Do you hold a current APRA referral to approved bridging program letter and referral to OBA letter? No. Move next. And now here, let's put the qualification for stream B. So I'm just trying to put India. Then for the university, I'll just put a hypothetical university name here and bachelor's in science of nursing, basic. And let's put 2018 again. Now, check my qualification. So it says, do you have any other qualifications relevant to your profession as a registered nurse? Which, if in case you are a master's, you have done your master's in science of nursing, you can put. But remember, your qualification that APRA will assess will be the one always that led to registration. So, which basically means that they will be assessing your bachelor's in science of nursing qualification. So let's go and select no and move next. Read through all the information here, then click next. Okay, now when you come here again, you will see it's taking you to the proceed button where you are required to create an account for yourself. So let's create that account. So, put your username, ID and everything here, your date of birth and a password, and then log in. Okay. And I will show you how a login screen looks like after I also explain the stream C candidate, so that everyone has a clear understanding. So now let's quickly try one stream C qualification and see how it looks for them. So again, coming back to the same question, we'll put registered nurse here. Do you hold a current registration as a registered nurse in New Zealand? No. Have you held a registration in Australia before? No. And do you hold a referral letter to bridging program or OBA? Let's click no and move next. Now here I'll put a qualification which generally belongs to the stream C candidate. Now let's put diploma. Okay, sorry, this is the name of institution. Let's put Punjab Nurses Registration Council. And title of qualification, let's put diploma in general nursing and midwifery. Again, let's take the same example. Now check my qualification, and it will ask you, do you have any other relevant qualification to your profession as a registered nurse? Let's say no and move ahead, and then filter, check all this information, move next. Okay, now here you will see a different page altogether. So here it will show you that based on the information that you have entered, it is advised that you have to upgrade your qualification if you wish to register, and they have provided a link of approved programs of study if you want to pursue that qualification in Australia. So basically what it means is that that particular qualification, diploma in general nursing and midwifery, is not eligible for straight registration as a registered nurse, and APRA advises you to upgrade that qualification. Now don't get disheartened once you upgrade your qualification in your home country. Let's say, again, I'll take an example of India as well. So if you are a GNM and you later on went and pursued post-basic BSc nursing, or you are a GNM and you are onshore in Australia, here you upgraded your qualification. Then after you have attained your new qualification, your upgraded qualification, once you come and do the self check, you'll have to input that qualification details in where they ask you that, do you have any other qualification apart from your basic qualification? In that case, it will take you to the payment gateway, which basically means that now you are a stream B candidate. You have been moved from stream C to stream B based upon your qualification upgradation. So once you have created your login details, you will be able to move here on this dashboard. You will be able to see a screen something like this, which basically tells you that you're a stream B candidate, and the first thing that you have to do is basically your payment of assessment fee. So you can see here the amount is written, and then once you proceed with the payment, then it will ask you your credit card details or debit card details, and once you have done the payment, you will basically see that you will move on to the next stage, which is orientation part 1. Okay, now in the orientation part 1, as I explained to you before, it's a 1-hour online learning module which you will sit and watch and understand the concepts that they explain about the healthcare industry here, the role of nurses, etc. And once you have completed your orientation part 1, you will be then moving to the portfolio stage, wherein you are required to submit the documents. So as and when you will complete the steps, you will see the green moving ahead. And in the portfolio, as I explained to you, there are certain documents that you need to submit in terms of your nursing educational qualifications, your academic transcripts, course completion certificate, your identity proofs. All these documents need to be submitted in the portfolio. So now let's move on to the document attestation part. So what you have to do is basically the list of documents that I have explained to you. You have to color photocopy all those documents and then download this guidelines from the APRA website. I'll put the link of this guidelines also in the description box below. Now, once you have photocopied all your documents, color photocopied all your documents, take a printout of this guidelines as well. Go through this guidelines carefully and prepare your documents for attestation. Now, who can attest your documents? APRA has clearly explained you in the first page that if you're in Australia, all these people, JP, medical practitioners, pharmacists, all these people are eligible to attest your documents. So there's a huge list here, and you can see who is the right person that you can find easily and ask them to attest your documents. Or if you are not in Australia, you can go to a notary public or similar other professionals and take your documents for attestation there. Okay, now then APRA clearly explains you that explain your authorized officer that the documents need to be attested as per these guidelines in line with APRA's requirements, and they should check your copy, the photocopy that you have taken with yourself along with the original, and identify that both documents are same. Now here in the second page of this guidelines, you will clearly see that they have clearly mentioned as well as shown how a document should be attested. Now documents can be of two types, generally a document with a photograph like your passport and a document without a photo. So very simple, just take the printout of this page as I said and then ask them to write these exact words with any document which has a photograph. They should be able to sign there, put their full name, date, contact number, their occupation number and profession number if applicable. So very, very simple, self-explanatory. Just ask them to certify your documents as per these guidelines. Similarly, here there is specific statement that they have to write for any document without a photo. They'll write the statement, put their signature, all the information, and that's it. Okay. If they have a stamp, they should put the stamp. If they do not have, that's fine. But as long as all this information is there. So even if, let's say, for example, you got it attested and you later on realize that date is not there, so that makes a document invalid. And even if you submit it to APRA, they will definitely revert back to you saying that, you know, the document is not attested as per the guidelines, the date is missing. So you'll have to again put in the date and then send it to them. So to avoid that, check it properly in the first go so that there is no confusion from your end. So after completing your attestation of documents, what you have to do is basically color scan all those documents and go back to your portfolio and upload each document in the correct space that you see in your portfolio. So basically wherever they are saying that you need to upload your transcript there. Wherever they are saying you have to upload your identity proofs, upload the identity proofs there. Make sure when you color scan the documents are legible and clear. Again, if your documents are not legible, you'll have the risk of wasting your time because they will revert back to you again. And make sure that your documents are in PDF or JPG format. So after completing your portfolio and submitting all your documents correctly, if your documents are all good, then APRA will basically move you to the next stage, which is the MCQ exam, and you will be notified by APRA within a period of, let's say, 2.5 months maximum time, that you're now ready to go ahead and book your MCQ exam. Okay. So you'll see that you are in the fourth stage and you'll be able to go and create an account for yourself on Pearson VUE, and later on they'll be authorizing you to test in the examination.
So the fees of this exam is 350 USD, and this is a multiple choice question examination, and once you write the exam you will be able to get your results from APRA within 6 weeks of writing it. If you're able to pass your NCLEX exam, you will be moving on to the next stage, which is the OSCE examination. And unfortunately, if you fail the exam, you can reappear in the examination after 45 days. So to move on to your OSCE stage, once you have passed your NCLEX exam, you'll have to go back to your IQNM dashboard on APRA's portal and submit the fees of $4,000. Once your payment has been received by APRA should be able to contact you within few days with the possible OSCE dates available. So once your dates are confirmed, you'll be going to Adelaide and appearing for this examination there. So OSCE is a practical examination which basically tests your skill level and your understanding about NMBA registered nurse standards of practice. Now this exam consists of 10 stations, and APRA has given a suggested number of procedures or skills that you must go through in preparation for your examination. I'll put the link of the OSCE handbook in the description box below so that you can have a look at it. So once you have passed your OSCE examination, on your dashboard you will be able to see the application form for registration, and you have to fill the application form for the registration, and additionally you have to submit the documents such as your nursing educational qualification, your statement of service which should describe the last 5 years of your employment, also your IELTS, PT or OET scores. Apart from that, you're also required to submit a certificate of good standing from your nursing board. Once your documents are received by APRA, they'll again go through all that, and if it's all good, you will be finally getting your registration license. So the last step of your whole nursing registration journey is orientation part 2, which is nothing but an online module which you have to attend on the APRA's portal again, which will give you more insights about the nursing profession. Now, this orientation part 2 should be done within the 6 months of your registration. So congratulations, you're a registered nurse in Australia now. So that's a wrap up for our today's video. I hope you liked this video, and in future I'll be making more detailed videos about the NCLEX exam as well as OSCE exam. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below and I'll surely try to answer them. Also, you can check out my website, which is in the description box below, for all the information about not only OBA, you will be also getting a lot of information about nursing registration procedures for other countries as well. So make sure to check it out. So until next time, stay safe and stay happy.